Welcome back, everyone. I am Maddy Morphosis.
And I am Miss Liza, and today we are going to be recapping episode 3 of season 15 of RuPaul's Drag Race.
As a reminder, this is just an opinion show. Everything we say here is completely subjective. It is not the gospel truth. If you share the same opinion as us, be sure to send a like. And if you don't agree with us, let us know in the comments what your thoughts were about anything and everything. And still send a like, because as I said before, we are drag queens and we need the validation. So please and thank you. Without further ado, we're going to jump into this episode. So first things first, Miss Irene was eliminated last episode.
Rest in peace, Irene.
Rest in peace, fly high. And with that, she left a wonderful message to her fellow sisters, letting them know that she has left a steaming turd in someone's station. And also, we're starting this episode with a little bit of juicy drama. As it was hinted to in the premiere, a couple of the contestants had a past dating each other, and that was Miss Amethyst and Robin.
You know, it's always a juicy breakup when one person says it was mutual and the other person says, I cut it off. So who's really telling the truth here?
I just want to preface, this is their personal lives. This is no one else's business. But I'm really curious.
What are the odds that the two Connecticut queens are both on Drag Race and dating, you know, or have dated in the past?
Well, to be fair, there's probably only 5 queens that do drag in Connecticut. So, I mean, overlap is bound to happen.
Yeah. But I feel like they're trying to push this storyline so hard.
It's giving Orion and Georges
cuddling on the couch.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden they're soulmates.
Yeah. It's either that it wasn't a big deal and they're trying to embellish the details, or
it was a really big deal.
It was a very big deal.
Yeah. Watch it just be one grinder hookup. And that's the end of the story.
Yeah. Star-crossed lovers in fair Connecticut. So the queens enter the workroom and immediately make their way over to the big orange table and have no chatter, and they jump right into Ru walking in the workroom. Because these episodes, if you have not noticed, are much shorter than normal seasons. Instead of the hour-and-a-half episodes, we now have a 1-hour episode. And with that, they gotta trim the fat. There is no chatter. We are jumping right into this. What are your thoughts? Do you like the shorter episodes, or do you prefer the longer episodes?
I know it's an unpopular opinion, but I kind of really like the shorter episodes. What? I do. I kind of like the shorter ones because I feel like if you're going to have an hour-and-a-half long episode and then 30 minutes of Untucked, I feel like most of what would be in Untucked is already in the episode. So it kind of has been lately feeling like Untucked is a little boring. But I kind of like the shorter episode. It's kind of a bit fast now with 16 queens, but I think once it gets down to the 5th week or so and there's 10 girls, I think it will feel a lot better.
That's what I was going to say. I feel like with the cast being so large as it is right now, I would much prefer to be a little bit longer, just so we have a little bit more of that chatter, that filler, more moments, because everything about this felt super rushed. And I agree that once it gets down to 6 girls or so, the shorter episodes will probably be nice. There's not a lot of just fluff to it.
Yeah.
But right now it's just everything's going so fast, and I feel like I'm not catching a lot of the moments. It's just boom, 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 boom.
It felt like some of the girls weren't even in this episode.
But these queens spend a lot of money, a lot of time, and this is their big break, their moment to be on TV and have their moment. Their moment is, just. And we still have Untucked. So RuPaul enters the workroom and tells the queens what their challenge would be. Again, because the episodes are shorter, there is no mini challenge. There is just team pickings for the maxi challenge, of which the queens are assembled into groups and have to sell an infomercial about
heavenly queer afterlife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what that would be like, essentially. What does your heaven look like?
My drag heaven looks like everybody showing up on time, has turned in their music already. There's a well-behaved bachelorette party.
I asked what your heaven is, not what your fantasy is. There's a difference between the eternal afterlife and make-believe.
Okay. A show where I make money doing a park and bark. That's a good one. Where you just sit there and...
Yeah. Is it a
crime? So after Ru tells the girls what they will have to be selling, he breaks them into 2 teams, Anetra and Team Amethyst. After they choose their people, the others are called the leftovers.
Yeah, the scraps.
The discarded.
So with that, the teams break up and they start working on their video, working on ideas, trying to come up with things. And for the most part, everything is going okay. But there is a little bit of contention with the third group. Mistress starts clashing with Sugar. She's not liking her ideas, shutting her down. And just when you think that is about to come to a head, Jax interjects, pushes Sugar out. Poor little Sugar.
Yeah.
But then you like see her just like looking all sad.
She looks so sad.
And then Spice is looking at her from across the room, just seeing her all sad.
It was like a Sarah McLachlan commercial.
Yeah.
Stand up for yourself, Sugar.
Let them know that a fistful of sugar helps the medicine go down. After the initial planning and working out some of their ideas, the queens now have to start working out their infomercials in front of Michelle, which I can attest to is terrifying.
She seemed really critical this episode too.
Yeah.
She was like, that's bad.
Yeah.
Do it again. I know you can do better. She had a ruler and she's smacking their knuckles every time they made a mistake.
Based off like the rehearsal area, it's looking like rough for all the groups here.
So as the queens are getting ready for the runway, we have the very first really heavy, emotional, serious topic in the workroom. Malaysia Babydoll Foxx talks about how she grew up, I think she said Southern Baptist. Then Mistress starts talking about how she also had the similar experience, but unlike Malaysia, whose family ended up and came around and supported her, Mistress's family did not. Unfortunately, that's a very real reality for a lot of queer youth. And Mistress said that whenever she was 17, she left her family's house and she's been on her own ever since. I think it's a really important conversation to have because I think it shows a lot of young queer people out there that could be experiencing the same thing, that even though if your family, your biological family is not very supportive of you, eventually you will find your chosen family. And you'll find a community that really supports you and encourages you and will love you. Runway of the week is Metallica, which is very similar to a runway you guys did.
Yeah, well, I hate to keep bringing up season 14, but this definitely feels like they wanted to do a redo of the Mirror Mirror runway.
Yeah, they said you guys did not get it quite right. We're going to do it again.
Yeah. I will say these queens did get it right, though.
Yeah, they did.
But in our defense...
They got a better mood board.
Yeah, they had a better mood board. In our defense, for the Mirror Mirror runway, our template, our description we were given, it said, Mirror Mirror, wear something reflective.
It just said anything shiny.
Yeah.
Well, you were going to wear literal mirrors.
Yeah.
And then some other queens showed up in lame.
Yeah. And then like some people were kind of like holographic.
Like sequin.
So the category was like mirrors, but then that wasn't quite the case.
Yeah.
So with this one, it feels like...
They got the brief.
Yeah, the producers were like, the category is Metallica, wear something metallic. And with that, they turned out amazing looks. It all seemed like cohesive. They made sense like in the category. Yeah.
First up, we have Miss Anetra. Maddie, what you think?
I think she looks really good. I think the outfit looks amazing. It's like the solid black. She loves black, like dark colors.
She likes, well, I think that's her brand, where it's like the dark, like edgy.
Yeah.
She's like,
I wear Anetra. I wear black.
I have a... It does look like a lesbian, though, with the short hair, and I live for it.
This is what I think I look like in drag. This is like, she looks like the cool lesbian aunt that I always wanted.
She really likes like that like outer space kind of vibe, too. She looks super cool. She looks like she's about to like take over my planet.
Yeah, a good short hair every now and then. Just a little pixie, a little slick back.
A little bus driver wig.
A little pot scratcher. A little chicken wig.
She looks good.
Yeah, she looks good.
She looks great.
Up next, the peacock from space, Miss Sasha Colby.
This is a really cool outfit.
Yeah, this is very like presentation category, Miss Continental.
Yeah.
Not much to say about this.
Yeah, not much to say. She looks fantastic.
Yeah.
No critiques.
Yeah, just good job, Sasha.
You can find her on a street corner near you. Her name is Salina EsTitties.
Yeah. This is another look of hers where I like the idea of it, but I don't like the execution. But the biggest offense for me is that little wig she's wearing.
No, it goes in the back. Like, it's like, I like the wig because it's a bob in the front, and then it stops about like on her ears, and then the back is like all the way down her back.
And that's cool, but like, what doesn't make sense for like the street sign look?
Well, it doesn't have anything to do with street signs.
Exactly.
It just looks cool.
Yeah, my issue is not like with the shape and style of the wig. It's like in relation
how it
to
matches.
the look. Yeah,
I think it would have been cool if she had a wig that was the top of the street sign. Yeah, like one of those updos that looks like a melted ice cream cone.
The fabric of the bodysuit went all the way up and like encompassed everything but like her face. I would have liked that more.
Oh, I see what you're
to have
saying.
like just like a random little bob.
Like a full body, kind of like head to toe.
Yeah.
Kind of like cat suit situation.
Because she's like a street sign, but it's like, why do you have a bob? But I like the idea that she did something very different and that she made it like, I think she made it herself. I hope so. Yeah, we have to get a little bit meaner because someone called us out for being too nice.
Too nice.
Yeah.
Up next, we have a Luxx Noir London. Maddie?
I think she's really great.
She looks beautiful.
Yeah. I think Luxx could wear a potato sack and sell it good enough to where like I would kind of come around to it. She's just really good at like selling the garment too. Because this outfit, it looks really beautiful. The hair, the outfit, everything looks great. But the way she sells it makes it even more so. And yeah, solid look. Up next, it is not one, not two, but three Marcias. Liza, your thoughts?
I love the idea of like the Tin Man. I think that is so adorable. I think she looks adorable. Like I think the whole thing is just super cute. I do like her makeup in this a lot better than I liked her makeup last week. Like I feel like it is still very light. It's still very, you know, soft beat kind of thing, but I think it fits a lot more. I think the contour on the nose. I know she made a comment about how Michelle said all the extra makeup is on her nose, but I think it looks really good. I think she looks good.
This is another one where it's like I love the idea because like the theme is Metallica, it's all metal. The Tin Man I think is a great choice to do like kind of a fun, fashionable, campy look with it. But this one kind of feels like a little like Leg Avenue. And I think that with the judges talking about how like she can do something different with her makeup, which I'll talk about in a second, I think that like something like the Tin Man is an amazing chance to do something where it's like all metallic, which I'm really surprised like some of the queens didn't do, because like the category is Metallica, it's like metals, shiny materials. I think this is a great opportunity to do something kind of like Detox all those seasons ago, which is like the full silver, full metal. And I think something like the Tin Man, just doing like a slightly metal dress with a little nose contour. I don't agree with the judges in that like with the makeup critiques. I think you don't need a whole lot of makeup if you like, because she looks amazing. I feel like she doesn't need a whole lot more makeup because the drag she's going for and her style is very soft and she looks amazing at it. But as far as the outfit, I think if you're going Tin Man, you should go full out Tin Man, or even just add a little bit more. But just like the metallic dress with like opaque gray tights, it's just not doing it for me.
Okay, I could agree. Yeah, now that you've said it, like the opaque tights are a little bit of a choice.
It's not giving me what I want from it.
Fair enough. Up next, we have a golden goddess, Miss Amethyst. Maddie?
She did that.
She did do that.
It looks really beautiful. It seems so opulent and extra.
It's very ethereal. Like, I think she looks great. I will say, though, that I was a little confused about why her boots were that bronzed color.
Yeah.
And, like, literally everything else is, like, extremely gold. And then the boot was, like, this, like, rusted kind of color.
This is not something I expected from her.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Based on what we've seen so far, but it looks really amazing. She looks great. I love the big hair with it.
Yeah, to go from last week's, like, leotard with little bows all over it, to go to this was really great.
Yeah. Hopefully we see, like, a lot more of, like, this season. Up next, we have Princess Poppy.
I don't love it.
No.
I don't like it. It just feels like it's just a leotard, you know? And, like, it has, like, the big hip, which would have been cute on its own, but like the last 2 episodes, we saw her with the tutu in both of her looks. And I guess Princess Poppy just loves a good tutu. But I just think it's really basic. And I feel like it could have been like embellished even with like some jewelry, a necklace, like maybe like a strappy leg situation attached to the shoe.
Or even just like more accessories, like a longer like boot or maybe some gloves, just something to add to it because it is a very like simple outfit. It looks great for like a little performance outfit, but for the main stage of Drag Race, it's just not, especially for a category like Metallica, it's like metallic materials. You could do so much with this category, and I feel like just like a reflective leotard with like a little skirt thing, it's, I don't know.
Yeah.
The hair's fun. I like the big blue hair, but not even a necklace.
Yeah, the necklace I think is what really throws it off.
Even just something to kind of break up like the silhouette just a little bit.
I think if she had like a necklace and maybe like a couple of wrist bracelets,
was not our favorite. And after Princess Poppy is Spice.
I think she looks really cute. I had one of those dogs growing up.
Oh, you have money.
No.
Oh. She found it at the Goodwill.
I think the reason that I love Spice and Sugar's drag so much is that it's so full of nostalgia. The references to dolls, the references to Disney princesses, like this with the dog, and I really like it. I think she looks nice. It is a little simple, but I think the whole like monochrome moment with the dog that matches the shoes, I think it all works together.
Yeah. It all like meshes together really well.
It looks like this was made as one outfit. It doesn't look like she just had these pieces in her closet individually and tried to make them match. It looks very purposeful, and I really like it.
The twins keep kind of going for like early 2000s. How old are they?
They're like a little, I think they're younger than me.
Younger than you? Let me look it up. I just looked it up. The twins are 22 years old.
That's on my phone.
I love the 2000s like references they're doing, but they were babies. When that little dog came out,
I guess
they were
that's
crawling. I love the references.
Not them doing Y2K because it's like retro.
It is nostalgia baiting, but it is working because it did throw us back.
Yeah. Up next, we have Aura Mayari.
I really like it. I like the look. What I don't like, and this is my only gripe, it's not enough for like to kill the look for me, but with like the little flames, because like the outfit, it's like a bunch of like, it's solid green with like little flame designs almost, but they overlap each other and you kind of lose the effect of flames. It almost looks like seaweed. It doesn't kill the look for me. I still think it looks really cool, but I think the intended effect is lost on me.
I think she looks really great. I think she looks fabulous. I think what is really killing it for me is that we've seen a lot of queens wear this exact outfit in a different color. Like, and they all have it made by the same designer who's extremely talented. But it has, at this point, been done by, I think, at least 3 other girls on Drag Race. I think if you're going to do it, you need to be the best one that has done it so far. And I wouldn't say that she is. So for me, it's just a little repetitive from what we've seen from other people in the past. Like Jan wore it, Kendall Jenner wore it, some people in Thailand wore it. But Aura looks amazing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want that to get lost. Like, she looks fantastic.
Up next is Loosey LaDuca. Loosey LaDuca.
I think she looks fantastic. I really like she looks like a intergalactic stewardess. Like, she's about to give me my ginger ale and pretzels. I think she looks great.
Yeah. You know what she looks like? Judy just a hooker. My only issue, it's not with the look itself. It's not with her. It's not with her drag. My issue is that she looks almost like a stewardess from the future. Her last look also looked like a stewardess from the future.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Her last look was very...
Like back-to-back futuristic stewardess looks. It's a very oddly specific brand. I mean, it's good to have a brand, but that's very niche.
Specific.
Yeah.
Now that you've said it, I think what I really would have loved from this, because it's almost giving Barbarella, like a astronaut helmet, you know, that she like takes off and she's like holding it, because I think that would have been really, really cute. I think the hair could have been a smidge bigger or a smidge like more slicked.
Yeah.
You know, but I think she looks fantastic.
I'm sitting here wearing the smallest hair possible in drag, so I can't really comment too much, but as a personal preference, if the hair was a little bigger, I think I would have enjoyed it a little more. Just because, like, her body is so cinched, she's got the big hips, like the shoulders come out. I think she could have had a little dimension here.
Ooh, yeah.
Just had like a larger than life feel.
Yeah, I agree. I think now that you mention it, because the shoulders are so big, I think if she had a hair that was like big in like the vertical direction, would have looked really, really good.
Yeah. But overall, a great look.
Yeah, one of my favorites. Following Loosey, we have Jax.
I will say I love this look. I like the look itself. I think she looks great in it. As someone that played a lot of video games growing up, I got the reference. I thought it was really good, like kind of an homage to it. But at the same time, it's not so on the nose with it that it's just like a copy paste. It's like she did this character, but in her own way. And I thought it was really great. I thought she looked amazing.
I didn't get the reference, and I didn't like it.
Drag her.
Yeah, if she's going for a specific character
Yeah.
and you say that she looks like that, then she looks fantastic.
Yeah.
But for somebody that doesn't understand the reference at all, it just fell a little short for me.
Yeah.
The judges said they loved it though.
Yeah, the judges liked it, which I was surprised about because, I mean, again, like the look, I think the look looks great, but I think knowing the reference does elevate it a little bit more. Just kind of like in your mind. And I highly doubt RuPaul's at home playing.
She said,
Stay golden, pony boy. It's Robin Fierce.
I think she looks really good. I really like the idea of like Amazonian, like warrior goddess. I think the hair is amazing with like the big braids and then like the gold hoops in them. I think that is so like modern. I really love that. I think the pantsuit is really cute. I normally don't love a one-legged pantsuit with like a boot cut, but I think it looks good in this situation and she sold it really well. And I mean, I'm going to say only nice things because did you see that sphere?
From like her entrance, runways, to like this here, like she has not missed yet as far as the looks go.
Yeah, I agree. I think she looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Sticks and stones may break her bones, but chains and whips excite her. She is Mistress Isabelle Brooks.
I love like the opulence, like the bigness of it, like the big shoulder pads and everything, the big hair. But I wasn't a fan of like where the dress ended because like right under like the butt. I either wish it would have gone like to right above the knee or to be like just a gown or even a leotard with like a long boot. But just like that specific cut right there, I don't know. It feels like it just like got cut too short.
Yeah.
It just like needs something more. It takes so much at the top and then it just like me.
I wish the skirt maybe was like T-length, so like right underneath the knee, like the calf area, and then it like laced up the whole way, kind of like Gautier. But I didn't hate it. I do think the skirt is a little awkward, but I didn't hate it, and I really love the big chain.
Yeah, the chain is fun, but I think also too, maybe if it was on someone else, I would like it more. But the fact that it's Mistress Isabelle, who's already turned out like my favorite look so far, maybe I'm just like I'm so biased. Like I'm expecting
The
a little
standard
bit
for
more.
her is like a little bit more for you.
It's I expect one thing from the other girls. From you, Mistress, it's giving me 30 inches when I want 40. You know. Up next, we have Sugar.
I love this. Did you ever watch the Disney movie?
Xenon?
Yeah, Xenon, Girl from the 21st Century.
Yeah.
That is what it's giving me. It's very like ditzy, like bimbo, outer space, boarding school. I really like it.
I get what you're saying. This is like scratching a very specific spot in my brain. Like growing up, going to like my grandma's house and watching Disney with my cousins, and them just watching stuff like Xenon and Motocross and like all those other like live action Disney movies. Again, the twins are not old enough to be making these kind of references, but they seem so finely in tune with it. It's like they just like streamed early 2000s culture
in the womb.
In the womb.
You know how some moms play like Beethoven to their babies in the womb because they're like, oh, it'll make them smarter. Their mother played them.
Xenon Girl of the 21st
Xenon Girl of the 20th.
She just like put her belly up against like a TV with a big
back
back on it.
Yeah.
Just like, then just like soak it in. It's very similar to Spices, that same era, same vibe, but it's different. It's unique. It's not. It's not the same reference. It's like they both feel like they're from like the same
century,
time period, same century, same catalog. But
I feel like it's different enough that we can't say that it's too similar.
Yeah.
You know, like we're looking at two very distinct looks.
Yeah. I will say that, like, in the competition so far, I feel like Spice has been doing better in the challenges, but I feel like Sugar's been doing better on the runways.
I would
far.
I would agree. I would agree.
She's eating these runways.
She's eating them. No crumbs. She looks great.
Not a one. But yeah, good job, Sugar.
She is Malaysia, Babydoll, 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 Foxx.
I like the look. I like the hair looks really beautiful with it. She looks stunning. Her makeup looks great. I love the dress. My only critique.
It looks like last week's.
It looks like last week's.
Yeah.
Again, like that is very like circumstantial.
Yeah.
Because again, like whenever you're given the categories, you have no idea the order they're gonna come in. They just say like, these are gonna be the themes for Drag Race. Make an outfit for all of these. You come here.
Yeah, like she didn't know this one was gonna be right after last week, so I feel like that's not a fair critique to actually like hold up against her. She looks fantastic. I really love the hair. Her makeup is right. Like, I think she looks fantastic.
It's very pageant-y, but in her own way, her own like little spin on it. It looks great. She looks amazing. Overall, good job, Malaysia.
Yes, good job. I feel like we've given too many people claps.
They're doing good.
They're doing good, yeah.
So after the runways, we jump into the actual infomercials the queens created for their Afterlife.
I think Anetra's group did a really good job. I think they definitely did the best out of the three groups.
Yeah.
Sasha did a really good job. Anetra was funny. Luxx did a really good job as like the psychiatrist. Like I thought it was all around really good.
Yeah. And Sasha, I love that Sasha had like a funny bit that kept repeating. It was like a throwback each time, like little. I will say though, I noticed with this challenge, despite the fact that they moved to MTV, I feel like the budget for the green screen went down.
Oh yeah, it wasn't
rough.
wasn't very good.
It's always been a little rough, but I feel like this season was the roughest.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Yeah, it was it was difficult to watch at times. I didn't like the last group's one so much just because it felt like the same bit over and over where like Sugar was really carrying the group of just being like the dumb blonde, the dumb blonde like bachelorette party, just kind of going through like, oh my god, drag queens. It felt like the same thing. It was going on too long. It felt like one really long bit that wasn't funny to begin with.
Yeah,
But group two, like they at least tried things that were different, and I think it landed a little better for me personally than group three's did.
I guess I personally did not like their group. I really just think it's like a disconnect in like our senses of humor. Because like last week I also because I don't have one. Yeah. I didn't really love the humor that Amethyst and Princess Poppy were doing with like the facial stuff and like the beam out of her butt. Like I feel like there's a way to make that stuff funny, but I just think
it's a little too juvenile.
Yeah, I think that there's a way to make it funny. I just don't think that they made it funny. And
damn, drag them.
But I really enjoyed the group three where they had like Sugar pretending to be like the dumb bimbo bachelorette kind of person. I think that if the other members of her team were a little bit better at improv, then I think that had I think that had a lot of potential to be really funny because it's such a universal experience at a drag show where there's like that one really unruly bachelorette party, and I feel like that is such a universal experience. I feel like it could have been really funny if the other members of her team were a little bit quicker on their feet. So after the judges watched every group's infomercial, the winner of the challenge this week is none other than Miss Sasha Colby. Do you agree?
I agree. I mean, based on like what we're shown, I think she had a recurring bit that was like funny. She had a lot of screen time, but it wasn't like overbearing. I think a lot of the other queens, like with the way it was like shown to us, a lot of queens kind of fell to the background.
I agree.
I feel like Sasha, like what she did was like memorable. And
yeah, I think watching them, there were a lot of people where I was like, that's not good. And then there were a lot of people that I just kind of forgot about. Yeah. And there were only a couple of people that I was like, that was really good. Like, I thought Sasha's character was really good. I thought Lucy's Dolly was really good.
Lucy did a really great Dolly, but the way she did Dolly would have been a great Snatch Game
character. So good.
Which makes me wonder, with Snatch Game being next episode, who is she going to do?
Yeah.
Is she good at impressions in general, or did she waste her best impression for
this like 10-second
Yeah.
infomercial. I don't know, but her dolly was really good. Even like the way that she was speaking and her mannerisms and like
the little squeak of the voice as she's like talking.
Yeah,
stuff.
and like the nails, like that is such a good Dolly Parton impression. And like the shoulder pads in the jacket, like you can't tell me she didn't have that specifically for a Dolly Parton.
She does Dolly, 100%.
Yeah, 100%, and it's really good. So yeah, I'm curious to see who she's gonna do for Snatch Game next week too.
Yeah. In the bottom was Amethyst and Poppy. Liza, do you agree?
Yeah, I think it could have gone any way between Poppy, Amethyst, and Jax. Like I think they were all equally bottom worthy this week for different reasons. Like I think they did very poorly in the infomercial, all of them, but I think Amethyst and Jax had pretty good and decent runways. So I think it could have gone any way between the three of them.
Yeah, I think based off the performance of this episode, Poppy was for sure going to be in the bottom.
Yeah.
Again, I think Amethyst, or Jax. I like Jax's runway. I loved Amethyst's runway. I think a lot of people in this episode were kind of like forgettable characters. You could have really put like anybody in there. I will say that from my experience too, whenever we filmed our teaser challenges, we filmed it and we went to like on the runway, a little insider tea. We were shown a video that was like much longer, but then whenever it aired, they have to edit for runtime, and it was a lot shorter what the audience saw. So maybe there was like more moments that like people
Somebody
like Aura
had.
and the Jax had
to like
better moments
set them apart from
to
the
set them
people.
apart that we didn't get to see.
Yeah, that's so fair because the episodes are already so much shorter, so they probably had to trim out quite a bit.
Yeah, and that's not me saying I'm blaming it on the edit. I think it's like it is laid out a certain way where it's like they're showing the judges a certain thing and base their judges off that, and then we are shown what we need to see to fit like the runtime and also still give us the understanding for the episode. So with that, like maybe Jax had like some slightly better moments that we didn't get to see, or just like a little bit more. Again, all speculation on my part, but yeah, I agree. Poppy in the bottom for this episode. Amethyst, it makes sense to me too, which is a shame because the runway was really great.
Yeah, she looked beautiful, but I do think that her performance in the infomercial was underwhelming.
Yeah.
After the queens are put in the tops and bottoms, they go backstage to get untucked
and have many a House of Love cocktail. And let me tell you,
those are strong.
They're strong, which I think is like what got Mistress feeling some kind of ways, because Mistress really carried the Untucked for me in this episode. This mother-daughter thing with Sugar, just trying to encourage her to like stand up for herself. She also had a little bit of conflict moments with some of the people, especially with like Aura, where she felt like Aura was like reminding Aura about the fact that
she was the only one
in her group.
Not
she's
on
trying
the bottom.
to check her supposed delusion. She also was trying to check Jax. Yeah, Mistress was definitely...
She had boxes and she was checking them.
She was feeling those House of Love cocktails and she was letting her feelings fly. And it made for a decent Untucked. There wasn't a whole lot happening in the Untucked, but I feel like that definitely was some of the highlights. Most of the highlights came from Mistress this episode.
I can just sense as the season progresses and the girls get like a little bit more stress, a little bit more, competitiveness to them as it narrows down. I just feel like these Untucks are about to be just juicy.
I hope so.
Just juicy. Because we have a lot of big personalities in this season. A lot of them that are not scared to tell you exactly how they feel. And when you put all those in a room together, have them do something really stressful and get them just a little drunk.
Just like a perfect
storm for us.
Perfect storm, yeah. Leaving the Untucked, the queens go back out to the main stage where Poppy and Amethyst have to lip sync for their lives to Diana Ross. Liza, how do you feel about the lip sync?
I thought Poppy was doing a great job until she wasn't. I think she started realizing that she was winning, and she kind of just like took the reins and went 100 miles an hour with like doing like things that were like cute and quirky and interesting and different by like interacting with the girls in the back. But if you're lip syncing for your life, the only people that matter are the judges in front of you. Like, I feel like you shouldn't be interacting with the queens in the back. I feel like at that moment, she lost.
First of all, Amethyst, I think, had the perfect outfit. Diana Ross,
She was
she had the big
embodying.
hair, the outfit.
That's a perfect Diana Ross.
Yeah, she was doing an amazing job embodying the song and giving it just a solid lip sync. I think Poppy had a lot of potential the way she was doing it. I think she was trying to sell like camp with the song, but the problem is it's the same way that like some queens when they're doing a number, they just randomly throw random like cartwheels and splits and dips into songs they don't need to. I think if Poppy was doing a very specific character and like selling the song in a camp way that was consistent the whole way, it might have been fun, but she was almost doing like random elements of it
felt
that
like
seemed very like convoluted together. I feel like Amethyst was performing the song, Poppy was trying to perform moments. But also at the same time too, in the Untucked, she talked about how like she was like, I just didn't want to go home first, so the fact I'm here the next episode, I did what I came to do. Like it's almost like she wasn't. I don't know, I feel like it was her time. The writing was on the wall.
Yeah,
like
I feel
maybe it was her time.
Yeah,
just in general. And maybe that's how she was feeling lip sync. She was like, I'm just gonna do some things. Maybe they'll like it, but if
maybe
not,
they
I go
won't.
home.
I will agree with Mistress though in that, like, if you aren't there to win, why are you there?
Yeah.
Like, that's just like my opinion. Like, why are you there if you're not there to win? To admit that, I feel like it's just a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah.
Like, she went into it just defeated, you know?
But yeah, I think her number, I think what she did for that number was fun. I think she had like some cute little moments, but I think overall just like didn't mesh well together.
Yeah, it didn't match the song.
Yeah, it wasn't like a cohesive performance. But Amethyst is just doing her thing the whole time. It was solid. Her movements were good. The outfit looked great. She looked great. She sold the song.
It's very Diana Ross.
And yeah, I think especially in front of RuPaul, who is like the biggest Diana Ross fan.
I feel like you can't make fun of Diana Ross.
Yeah, you can't make too much of a mockery of a Diana Ross song
in front of RuPaul.
Yeah, you gotta put some respect on her name.
Yeah. So in the end, I do think Amethyst deserved to stay.
Yeah, and with that, Poppy leaves us.
Fly high, Poppy.
Fly high. So that is the end of episode 3 of season 15. Thank you all so much for watching our cheeky little review.
Cheeky little review.
Yeah.
Yes.
And keep tuning in for further episodes. Again, I'm Maddy Morphosis. You can follow me on all social media at Maddy Morphosis.
My name is Miss Liza. You can follow me on all social medias at the Miss Liza.
And yeah, thank you all so much for tuning in. Again, leave nothing but positivity in the comments. If you agree with us, send a like. If you don't, let us know how you are feeling in the comments.
Yeah, and let us know, do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you think Amethyst deserved to stay or Poppy? Let us know.
Yeah. And again, do not send the queens hate. This is just a TV show. It is not that serious. If you love a queen, like them, support them, follow them, send them lovely messages, maybe even money. And if you don't like them, just don't follow them. Just go about your day. Don't worry about them. It's just a TV show. Even if a queen you don't like is coming for a queen you do like, they are probably better friends than you are a supporter of theirs. So
yeah, I promise you the last thing that they want to hear if you ever meet them is how much you hate their season 15 sister. Yeah. So if you love them, great. Support them. Go buy their merch. Leave some comments, likes, share their things. If you hate them, just be quiet.
But yeah, thank you all so much for tuning in. If you're not already, please subscribe. And with that, we are out. Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.
I want to listen to that Xenon song. Do you remember that song?